Your dominant thoughts must be about your success, not about how bad your team is performing. If you keep thinking about that, you will get into the downward spiral, my friend. Your own mind will become your enemy and pull your business down and take it to the depths of failure. It's not that, our teams are good or bad. It's not about good or bad. It's about our teams being more effective, more efficient, more productive. And when complacency sets in, when disrespect sets in, when the culture becomes toxic, it's time that you let a few people get off the bus. There was a person who came to me. He said, I run a business. I'm an entrepreneur. It's a small business. 4 to 5 people work for me. And there was a time I used to do amazingly well, but now things have changed. It's a VUCA world, volatile, complex, ambiguous, uncertain world. And my business has taken a hit. I asked him, what is the issue? What is happening? He says, I want to change things. I have this vision for my business, but then I'm not able to communicate this to my team. And my team, my key players have become, they don't keep the commitment. They are not ready to update themselves. They're not ready to upgrade themselves. I tell them that, the marketing needs to change. The approach needs to change. But then they listen, they sit for the training session. They don't apply anything. And even if they do, they apply it maybe for a day or two. And later, nothing happens. This is what was the issue about. This was the complaint. This was the ask. How do I help myself? How do I help my business? When I explored further, I got to learn that this gentleman started treating his team members like friends. Now, there is a difference between being friendly and being a friend. Because you see, most of the businesses, if you look at history, friends doing businesses, it doesn't last because the brain is not programmed to do that. Your social brain gets linked, connected at a deeper level with a friend, and business requires different skills. And conflict arises and businesses fall apart. And when your employees look at you like a friend, you are in problem, my friend. You say, it's okay to commit mistakes. You're going to be the same, that same nice person, even if mistakes are committed repeatedly. You don't take action. You don't stick on to your own words. I also told him that not keeping a commitment, not being disciplined, especially when they can do it and yet they don't do it, is a sign of complacency, being complacent, where the employee starts believing, the team member starts believing that he is the main person in the company, and he's the one running the show and the boss is just there. The owner is just there, right? He doesn't look at you in a way that would help the business. Now, when an employee becomes complacent, when a team member becomes complacent, the best thing to do is let go of that person. Because if you don't let go of that person will do more damage. And I also saw that this person started talking about his problems to everybody he met, his spouse, his relatives, his friends, as to how bad his employees have become, the performance of his employees has become. He kept complaining, he kept whining. The first thing I advised him is stop whining, stop complaining. Don't talk about their underperformance with anybody. Then he asked me, what should I do? I told him, think about your vision. You stay aligned with your vision. You stay true to your vision. Do everything that is under your control and talk to your employees once, talk to the team once and see how they perform. Give them an ultimatum, a time frame that they have to deliver. If they don't, let them go. Then he said, what if I become, I wouldn't have a team. I'd become all alone. What then? I said, you see, familiarity is something that the brain loves. Familiarity. The brain loves familiarity. And I told him that a human being would rather choose being uncomfortable, rather choose being unsuccessful, but than let go of what is familiar. I told him his team has become very familiar, and that is why he's not able to let go. And the other reason is the fear of the unknown. When you fear the unknown, this is ingrained inside us as humans. And we got to overcome that fear of the unknown. We tend to play it safe, but then ships are safe at the harbor, but then they weren't built for that. I encouraged him to explore the uncharted territory. Then I asked him to look at the long-term vision for his business, if he doesn't let go of the team that is underperforming simply because he wants to be nice, because he's thinking about his employees, thinking about, what will happen to them if they lose this job, they might not be able to, feed their families and all that. And I also told him, it's a good thing that you're thinking about all this, you're empathizing with the team, but then is the team empathizing with you? Do they keep their commitments? Where will you get the money from to pay them? Right? When they are not empathizing with you, they want to relax and do the same old things and not produce the results. Very soon you will have to shut your business. And if you keep talking about your employees and keep bitching about them, gossiping about them, it's better you shut your business down, because that is not a sign of a good or a great entrepreneur. That is not a sign of a good or a great business person. You got to be strategic in your approach. You got to be professional with your approach. And more importantly, your thoughts, your mind need to be filled with the thoughts about your success, your vision. Your dominant thoughts must be about your success, not about how bad your team is performing. If you keep thinking about that, you will get into the downward spiral, my friend. Your own mind will become your enemy and pull your business down and take it to the depths of failure. You got to decide as to how you're going to move ahead and what decisions are you going to take. It's not that, our teams are good or bad. It's not about good or bad. It's about our teams being more effective, more efficient, more productive. And when complacency sets in, when disrespect sets in, when the culture becomes toxic, it's time that you let a few people get off the bus. You might not find great people right away, but then getting rid of those people who are making your culture toxic is super important. And then you move on, and eventually you will find the people who match your wavelength, and you shall succeed and soar in the skies that you deserve. I wish you all the best. Take charge of your businesses. Let's grow together. I'll see you in another video. Like, share, and subscribe. Do hit the like button. Do hit the what is that, bell icon. Okay, and I'll see you soon. Take charge.